At some point this morning, the leaf spring on the black trailer broke. Well, the Dempster kicked our butt. Leaf spring broke. I'm not sure how far it's been getting drug on a broken spring, but the passenger fender's bent up. The driver's fender is broke. Almost all the lights are broke. We are currently at the Tombstone Visitor Center up in the Yukon on the Dempster, and it's probably an hour and a half, 2 hours to Dawson. There's a possibility that the Napa in Dawson has a leaf spring. We got the measurements. The park ranger went ahead and called down there, confirmed they have leaf springs, just not sure if it's the right one. Here's the damage. So here's the difference in springs. Definitely going to be a heavier spring, probably a little taller too. And there we go. 2 new leaf springs, patched a fender in a parking lot in the rain with mosquitoes. Fun, fun. After a hard day drive and some long trail repairs, it started raining, and I am so grateful we have this open road 270 awning. This is going to make the rest of the evening nice. Well, with that, it's been a long day. I'm wiped. I'm gonna go call it a night. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the morning. Good morning. Welcome to day 19 of the Alaska Adventure. I can't even say that it's the Alaska Adventure anymore, because Alaska is somewhere way that way. Burned some midnight oil last night, getting some miles behind us. And this is where we have ended up for the night. Northern Rockies at Stone Sheep Trail. Our trailhead parking, 58 degrees, 58, 53. Yeah, I don't know how to read that. Anyways, I do get a kick out of this. Yeah, let's talk about self-service. There is none. So I don't know how you dial that. There was one mishap last night. It was a really sexy bear, real close to the road. So I stopped, went to back up to take a picture of it, forgot that I had a trailer, and well, I no longer have a tongue box, and one of my scepter jugs is no longer with us. I'll own that. Tuition, lesson learned, don't forget you have a trailer. So the immediate plan for the morning is going up to a rest stop camp area. Need to get cleaned up, get my morning started. I'm having some technical difficulties with the GoPro, and so I need to take the footage off from yesterday and put it on the computer and then figure out that issue. And then I'm having technical difficulties with the navigation. So I've been using the tablet. Unfortunately, for whatever reason, I cannot open up my waypoints and see what they are. I can't modify them. And then my phone, the mapping keeps turning off, and when I have no reception, it won't turn back on to my mapping. So I'm kind of lost there. And the mapping on the Jeep hasn't been updated since the Jeep was new in 2017. I'm gonna head up to this lake, this campground. I'm gonna get cleaned up. I'm gonna change batteries and get some of that stuff taken care of. Now this is a beautiful gas pump. I'm gonna see if I can go inside, have some breakfast, and sort out my charging issues and downloading issues off the GoPro.
Coffee there, you want a coffee? If you're a tea drinker, you gotta start that silver kettle there beside that coffee pot.
Okay, I am good on either one of those.
Cold drinks are down in the cooler. I'll get you water if you want water.
Water would be amazing. And you are serving breakfast, right?
Order down the street.
What's that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just hold on here on the wheels.
Yep, you're fine. All right. I'm gonna have to be that tourist. Last time I was in Canada, I regret not ordering Canadian bacon.
You want bacon?
When I'm up here in Canada, if I order bacon, do I get bacon like in the 48s, or is it Canadian bacon?
It's the hell out of me.
Huh?
It's the hell out of me. Our bacon's from a pig. Cured by Hutterites, which are a lot like your guys' Amish. All my meat is naturally grown. Okay, so they cure it.
Yep. Well, no, I guess where
I buy it in big slabs and I slice it really thick.
Okay, so let's do that. Geriatric breakfast with bacon.
How do you like your eggs?
Over easy.
Over easy? And you want white or brown toast with that one?
White.
White?
Right.
I took 100 pounds of bacon to determine how thick to slice my bacon. So I took 100 pounds, I sliced the whole 100 pounds, and I counted every piece and did the math, and I still doubled my money on how thick I sliced my bacon. And then I look at the thin bacon you buy in restaurants, and I'm just like, what are they like, making 10 times?
See, and that's what I'm used to down in the States, the thin bacon.
No.
And then when we order Canadian bacon, it's more like a piece of ham.
Yeah, it's round.
Yeah.
Canadian bacon, yeah, that's round.
So it's like, okay, if I'm up here, do I order American bacon to get the thin stuff? Do I order?
No.
Yeah, it's just kind of.
If you were to say to someone you want American bacon up here, they're gonna look at you like you got a couple of heads.
Yeah.
They're like, what the hell is American bacon? What's the difference?
Well,
Put her down right there.
perfect. Thank you, sir. You are amazing.
You want ketchup or hot sauce or?
Nope, I am good. Now that is a slab of toast. Wow. So I just stopped at the Double G Service, Jack's Place. Amazing breakfast. Huge, amazing pieces of toast, and my Canadian bacon. Oh, great stuff. Uploading videos from the GoPro to the computer, and I lost all of yesterday's footage. It's not on the GoPro, but we can edit that out and make something out of something. We're at the Great Canadian Oil Change. We have 7,786.5 miles on the trip so far. Jeep's saying it's wanting an oil change, so by gosh, we're gonna give it to her. They are gonna take care of the Jeep. They're changing the oil. They've checked transmission. They're just giving it a good once over. 30 minutes later, oil's changed. All the waste oil's taken care of. Tires are checked. Everything done. Best half hour spent on maintenance so far. Tonight we're staying at Beaver Lodge Campground in the town of Beaver Lodge. They've got Wi-Fi, showers, bathrooms, about everything you need, including just up the road, a giant beaver. That's amazing. A reoccurring issue with this little camper is the door seals. We went through some really torrential rains today, and yep, the mattress and the sheets are wet. All right, so tonight's dinner is seasoned chicken and mushrooms with a cucumber. Good morning. It is day 20. We are heading down to the Columbia ice fields. We are currently in Beaver Lodge, and I got a new rooftop sleeping platform. Check this out. Like I've mentioned, every time I pull the camper through a heavy rain, the mattress and bedding gets wet. So I'm hoping putting the mattress on the roof and going highway speeds will help dry it off for tonight. That is, as long as it doesn't rain today. I just adjusted the door latches on the camper, lifted the mattress up in the front so it's not sitting on the floor, and yeah. So we just saw this and I had to stop. This is gorgeous. I've used the term epic a lot, and I've heard the term epic used a lot on the overland channels. I don't know of a better word to describe the Canadian Rockies. This is the new gold standard for epic. I have never seen anything like this. This is beautiful. Let the hike begin. Glaciers have poured out of the Columbia ice field for much of the past 3 million years. That ice moves slowly downhill towards the warmer valley bottom, melting and forming rivers. Some of the ice at the toe or end of the Athabasca Glacier fell as snow on the Columbia ice field as much as 400 years ago. Almost all the way back to where that lodge is at, there are signs like this that mark where the glacier was at that year. We still have a bit of a hike though. We are almost there. And here it is. I remember saying earlier in this series that if you see something beautiful out here, make sure you turn around because there's something equally as beautiful. Here's the glacier. But when you turn the camera around, the Columbia ice field and its glaciers have grown and shrunk with the ice ages. In the last 250,000 years, glaciers have covered most of Canada several times.
The Columbia ice field is one of the last surviving remnants of this time. The last significant advance of glaciers in the Rockies was called the Cavell Advance, also called the Little Ice Age. This advance reached its maximum extent between 1840 and 1860. At the peak of this era, the Athabasca Glacier was about 2 kilometers longer than it is today. So in 1890, this was the toe of the glacier. And you can see it way back up in there. That's about 1 kilometer away. And after a nice easy hike to the glacier, we're gonna head up to the visitor center because maybe, just maybe, they'll have patches. And that's why we do this overlanding thing, is for the patches. All right, well, taking the tour and driving up on the glacier in the bus and standing on it would be cool. I'm not into that. This is what I'm into. I want to ride in this. That is so cool. Well, the lodge isn't quite what I expected. I was thinking more actual lodge-ish. It has a tourist viewing area, has a restaurant. It even has a Starbucks. And, of course, it has a gift shop. Kind of reminds me of an airport. It is unfortunate for the clouds, because I bet you the mountain behind that is stunning. Just finished up with the Athabasca Glacier at Columbia Ice Fields. It is 5:28 in the evening. I'm a little tired, but we're gonna start heading towards Glacier. That's about 5 hours, 55 minutes, so about 6-hour drive. We maybe went 2 kilometers up the road. There's a gas station 50 kilometers further. We got plenty of fuel to get there. I just don't want to drive another hour. Like I said, it's already 5:30. That'd be 6:30, and then make camp and everything else. So yeah, I think we'll just camp early and clean up the camper and relax. I might even call the wife. Not sure what I'll call her. Probably wife. The campsites up here are $31, includes firewood. It does have just a real nice area to sit, and considering it's raining, I think that might be kind of nice. And there's a spot right across the way that has one heck of a view. So I've been trying for the last probably hour to build a fire up here in the little shed area, and all I've been able to do is make smoke. So I'm gonna have a cold salad for dinner. That's probably not gonna do it, so I may have to do one of those freeze-dried meals. We'll see. Well, the salad wasn't bad. A warm meal would have been nicer, but oh well. I think I'm gonna call it quits for the night. Thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing. You have yourself a blessed day, and we'll see you in the next video. Good morning. Gotta love a highway.